Favorite time. Time you've earned it. That was pleasant. Huh. Okay. Let's see if this works. Tried setting my system clock ahead 10 years to get that achievement, because it says 0.1% of players have this achievement, and I'm assuming if it's not the devs, it's people that have already actually figured that you're supposed to set your clock ahead 10 years.
This is...
Oh, welcome back, and Super don't go outside. Super go outside. So I got both the achievements. Welcome back was to get back into the game after quitting for the first time, and Super go outside was don't play the game for 10 years. This is where I pause. And we begin again. Actually, wait. It didn't even boot up correctly. Let's try this one more time. Pause. Okay, well, it's not formatted correctly, but... that would be it. Actually, wait. There we go. Yep. My favorite time of day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Curious how accurate 4:20 p.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 4:20 p.m.? You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders for you to gather new data. Shouldn't be too hard. Let me whip a couple new ones up. Should be ready by the next time you beat up the game. Dude. Okay. This is driving me nuts. Keep. See if it's still working. It looks like it is. Also, I just noticed that, well, it doesn't show up on the screen, but maybe not, but there's this computer shows the main menu over and over and over again for infinity. Anyways, begin the game. Or rather, begin the game again.
This is the story of a man.
We've seen this already. I'm just gonna get in and play. There was an achievement that was 4 minutes 22 seconds.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had...
Actually, hold on. One more time. I'm gonna gun it. Just go straight through to the things.
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content. Okay. You got me this time. I'll do that later.
Notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
I would love to see. There's new content? By the way, it hasn't been updated. This is just how the game works. And I kind of love it. Come on. Must be a lot of new content. I bet it's going to be oodles of content. Oodles of noodles. Oodles of poodles? Can you imagine what an oodle of poodles would look like? Oh, I wasn't ready. Okay, now I'm ready. More elevator. Didn't he say there was
You see,
100
Stanley,
hours
I've been reflecting
of
on the
elevator
Stanley
content?
Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So
True.
forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Super Ultra
Which
Deluxe?
is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Well, I got to admit, it's a great idea. And that's 2 in a bunch of different languages. Hold on, I can't see right now. There's an eyelash in my eye. There we go.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
No.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Huh. Is this real? Are these real pitches? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if they were running dry on ideas, why not pull from real life? More Stanley Parable, better the Stanley Parable. Win-win. Paradigm shift, the color red. Huh. Actually, they're onto something here. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. Oh, these are different ideas. Huh. That's cool. Hey, they were right. The fern is going to be important later. That's funny. Remember this fern? See this fern? Remember it. Study it. Memorize it. It's going to be important later. Something like that. That's good. That's a cool one. That or this one I like too, because it looks like a chess piece.
Now, to be clear, I
Have
haven't
fun.
quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
True. Stanley Parable 2 is the sequel to the Stanley Parable, is the sequel to the Stanley Parable 2, is the sequel to the Stanley Parable, is the sequel to the... Bro, imagine if they made the first one the sequel, but this was like a sequel and the first one was a sequel. Imagine that. Okay, this way to the show floor. New content. There's a bus. It's a busload of new content. Oh. Little shits, you put that in your advertisements. A busload of new content. It's literally a busload of new content. Nice. I like it. Holy hell.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
There are new features. Oh wow. There's a lot of stuff here. The Reassurance Bucket. Can't buy any merch. That'd be sick if I could, though. What does this do, I wonder? The Reassurance Bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will
That's
fill your mind and
awesome.
your heart. It's true. as long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Well, they already do,
You may
but
even
I would
come
love
to
the bucket right now.
long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest,
I'll take it.
it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel
Oh, I
it?
feel amazing.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Well, thank you.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
I know.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Hey, wait a minute.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Wasn't there some stuff over here? Please, no screenshots. A whole new office. 999. That's nice. Ray traced, more of the same, but in a good way. Sequel to the new features, new content, new ideas. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. The baby is all grown up. No. Did you do that? But this is the name of the player that's playing the game. Get out of here. Alright, let's go see this. Hear your name in the game. The button that says the
For
name
the
of the player
Stanley
that's playing the
Parable
game.
2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that wonderful?
No, not really.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified.
Thank
Right
God.
now, the button only says the name Jim.
Your name.
But of course,
is
in the
Jim.
final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim
Oh, I'm
to
Jim
really
with the
simulate
bucket.
the
Call me
full experience of this feature.
Jim Bucket
Just play along.
or Bucket
I
Jim.
promise you'll love
Either
it.
way.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a
Bucky.
deep breath,
All right.
clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I am Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
Jim is
Sleeping
a-
and waking as Jim. Falling in
an
love
axeman.
and being heartbroken as Jim. Seizing all of the world's possibilities as
Jim
Jim.
is on top
and
of
as
the
Jim,
world.
watching your dreams
is-
crumble into dust.
Well,
Do you
then he
feel it
died.
deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I was.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Huh? My name.
You
Said my
see?
name.
What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time.
Oh,
If
you're right.
this were the only new feature in the
does.
Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person
I
can be
knew it.
too much, Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
Jim.
Otherwise,
Jim.
soon you'll start
Jim.
to lose all
Jim.
sense of who you
Jim.
actually are.
Jim. Jim.
Damn it. That was hilarious. The Jim button. Can I do these buttons yet? No. I can exit though. Oh, the Jim button. I'll be Jim Bucket.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Good point. Office decorations.
Okay,
in
I'll be
Infinity
honest,
Hall.
I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well
What?
Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Ooh. That's a tough one. This one's kind of vague, but this one's more specific. Birthday parties are overrated.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you
no.
knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Ew.
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
You suck.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my
so
decision.
bad.
We're moving on.
Fine. Shitted. Oh, whoa. Where am I? Can I go back? Wait, maybe I can... Maybe this is on the other side of that. Oh, yeah, no, we're good. Is this a staircase that comes up to the... goes down to the bottom floor, just right down there? Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
It
yes,
would be indeed.
Yes, it would go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
So there was that one in the infinity hole, which I didn't discovered. Oh, the infinity hole. Oh, it's this way. Oh, and then this is where I end up anyways. Okay. But I used all my jumps in the jump circle, didn't I? Is there anything up here? No. I'm gonna check that in a second.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back
yes.
for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait.
Yeah, I ran out of
You
jumps,
already
remember?
spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
No! You suck! Okay, so I guess if I don't use my jumps then... Well, that sucks. What's this? Oh, that's the easy achievement. Hey, a map. I've gone on the other sides. Reassurance Bucket, that's all on that side. Connectables, that's all on this side, so... Jump circle's down, and the collectibles are up there, but there's the easy achievement, which I haven't gone to yet. Let's go to the easy achievement. Come on, Jim Bucket. Jimmy Bucket. Which is not my real name. Get yours now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement, no more steps. Somehow I doubt.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yes.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you,
No,
I promise it will happen.
There's a way, because people have already unlocked it. Oh, you know what? Maybe it says that there's a thing here, but... Wait a minute. Can I mess with any of the things? No, it doesn't look like it. I thought I was doing something when I was clicking the buttons, but I guess not. That's still the most ominous red light they could ever have possibly used in a video game. What does this say? It's just a showcase magazine, whatever. Man,
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
there's something over there, and there's something over there. There's also something upstairs. Can you find them? 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 Oh, collect them all. So there's collectibles.
Ah, collectibles.
What the hell?
Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly
Whoa.
innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to
You
stifle the
suck.
intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay, so I don't know if they're messing with me here, but there are 6 of them.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it.
Quiet, you.
Absolutely tragic.
You're offending my video game niceties. Oh, there was this door. Which is the door I already went out through. What's this then? Something special over here? Oh, this is the infinity hole. Or whatever. Huh.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game.
Okay.
This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Well, now I have to try it. Whee! Goodbye.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. I
was so worried that he was gonna mess with me just there. I like press G or something and nothing happened. Like, oh, that didn't do anything. Well, you thought there would just be a teleport button or something in a video game? I don't know. Something like that. I think I've seen all that there is to see. Let me go back through here one more time. Nothing at the merch counter. That's everything. Okay, then where's the exit then? Exit is... oh, it's over there. Da-dur. Office decorations, settings, world champion. Wait a minute. 5. Settings, world champion. Is across from the merch counter. This? This? I don't know. It's, yeah, okay. I mean, I get where it is, but I don't understand it. K is the infinite hole, which I've already seen. So, yep, I think I've seen everything. Where's the exit? Oh, wow. That's some beautiful art. Friendo.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
I think
Ready
so.
to move on now?
Hear that clicking? Stanley. Wow, Stanley actually has like a character model now. Please, no screenshots. I still have my bucket.
So, Stanley, what do you think?
Dude.
Do you like all of the new
I do.
features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together. as
Trust
one
me, I'm gonna
single
keep
coherent
playing
video
until I
game,
figure
but
it out.
I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's
How do I get down
potential
there?
here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay.
See all those
Yes, this
collectibles?
is much better. I feel good.
How do I get down there?
Here we go. Version 2.
Dude. They're
Who am I
mocking
kidding,
me, aren't
Stanley? This
can't get
isn't
those
a
even if I
coherent
wanted to.
video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
they? Liar.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original.
I like the
Wait,
monologue to the audience
maybe that's
in the
it.
background.
I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course.
Exactly.
With respect. With care for the
We're
vision
seeing
and
how the
integrity
game was
of the
made.
original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
Is this how they came up with the game in the first place?
Go ahead.
I like it.
Take a look.
Did you just kick me out to the title screen? Wow. This is actually really nice. And it's fully functional. I'm gonna sit here and see what happens if I just wait. I wonder if it's just like a never-ending hallway or like procedurally generated. There's a couple chairs. Nope, because there's a door at the end of the hallway. Are they gonna turn, or are they gonna go through a door, or... This might end up being procedurally generated. But it looks like it's going back to 427's office. I'm gonna try beginning the game. See what happens. It's probably loading all that new content.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was
This is
simple.
obviously different.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley
Was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
The Stanley
Something that
Parable
would forever
2.
change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What
This
did it mean?
is awesome.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I bet there's even
Perhaps
more
he'd
new
simply
content.
missed a memo.
How could there not be new content? Oh, it barred some places off. Oh, because it's like a party or something, like a museum or
Stanley
whatever.
felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
The bucket? The bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Okay, I can't jump. I just figured that they would add jumping back in.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I like this. I'm gonna go through the story and see how it Oh, it unfolds. I'll get back to that door later.
Still no one was here.
They probably patched it.
Stanley needed the
but-
bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
This is so much. Okay, like I said, I was gonna get back to you, so.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of
Yes.
jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a
wants
bucket.
the
It
broom
belongs in the
closet
broom
ending.
closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard
This
it
is
must
so
be,
funny.
given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right
Did
now.
you
But you
get
have to
the
be
broom
strong.
closet
This is
ending?
your bucket. This is
The
your
broom closet ending
companion
is
and
my
lifelong
favorite.
friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no.
No, I won't.
We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults
Calling me
simply in
names,
order to
broom
get you
closet?
to hand over
I'll
the
throw you.
bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons. Even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting
How
friends.
dare you, broom
That
closet?
your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your
Relationship
life
is
is
special.
so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object
Yes.
which happened to lay in your path in an
Very
even
thought.
partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
Broom
Expand
closet.
on the wide variety of experiences you and
You
the
are
bucket
the
have
worst
shared
broom
together.
closet in the
Go
history
through
of
each
all
them
broom
point
closets.
by point.
And I am
Share your
offended,
journal
good sir.
entries detailing the rich emotional
Take off clothes
landscape
and
of your
watch.
feelings
Right
for
across
the
your face.
as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
I did. I already let him have it. You were talking the whole time. You missed it.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
I don't know if I was supposed to.
Here we go. There.
Hell yeah.
Now it's settled.
My
No more
bucket.
debate,
It's my
no
bucket.
more discussion.
Nobody
Take
else.
a
My bucket.
hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes
It's this
about the
broom
nature of
closet
cleaning
so much.
supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Why do they hate the broom closet so much?
All right, I've got a second sticker back here,
He
and
really
I'm going to
wants me out of
slap
the
it on
broom
as well
closet.
because I think it's appropriate. You see?
It's a
I
bucket.
feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Oh, I'm waiting. Am I gonna get more stickers?
You know what? I could
There we
take
go.
the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on
No,
display.
I'm not. This is great.
You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
So mad. Okay. Just gonna wait a little bit. Just a little bit. Humming to myself. Nonsensical notes that don't make any sense.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, we'll go upstairs to the boss's office. Dang it. That's alright. There's a glitched texture there still. Oh no, it's the light reflection. Never mind. Because the boss knows what boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what boss chose. Oh, there are
One of them.
things.
One of the
yes.
miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these. Only
Don't
the
care.
intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You
Trust
can't
me,
buy that
I'm
sort
fine.
of happiness, Stanley. God
I'll
knows
find
I've
that
tried.
happiness.
So, I implore you to savor each and every moment
Oh,
you
I
come
will.
across one of these
Got all this
beautiful
beautiful
figurines.
background too. I bet there's another one in the back there. Oh, this one's locked.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Be my guide, Bucket.
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
Nice.
There really must be a snappier name for these things.
Call them Stanley dolls.
Mini stands.
Works.
Stanley figs. What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
Stanlerines.
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Hell yeah. I'll take the elevator now. This isn't the content elevator, right? This is the story elevator. I wonder what happens if I finish the story with my bucket, if I go back and...
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him,
Bucket's my best friend.
Him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty,
Jim
he
S.
would be
Bucket.
right.
The S is for Stanley.
The bucket is here for you,
And the
Stanley.
B is for
Everything
Bucket.
will be fine.
God, what the hell was that?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Yes, we did. Where's my bucket? Okay, my bucket's in my hand.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
There's an achievement I want to get for finishing the game main story under 4 minutes 22 seconds, not including loading times.
The monitors
that
jumped to life, and Stanley
should be
nearly
relatively
dropped the
easy.
bucket in shock.
What is that?
Everyone
234?
in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea
broken.
pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly
234
burst
is
into
broken.
tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
234 is all busted, but it's still working, if that makes sense. Camera
Was the
still works.
bucket
but
under the mind control facility's
234
influence as
right
well?
there. It's all
Had the
glitched and
bucket
shit.
been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
That's a good question. Let's
These
ask Jim
questions
Bucket.
raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Give me a second. Let's see if they kept it in. They may not have kept it in. I don't think they kept it in. I'm gonna say no, they didn't keep it in.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it.
Anyways,
His own
doesn't
life
matter.
in someone else's control, never!
It's probably on a different
He
ending.
squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
My bucket's
At
my
this
best friend.
point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
I can't. He's right. I can't trust anybody
But
except for the
here
bucket.
was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Hell no.
For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends,
Yeah.
Stanley and the bucket,
Stanley and
up
Jim
against
Bucket
the
up
world.
against the world.
They high-fived in a really
Hell
cool
yeah.
way.
Bam, high
and the
five.
bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yeah, take down the system. I was gonna say that a lot of people in the original Stanley Parable were so mad that they couldn't turn it on and have the whole self-destruct sequence, which you'll find out about later, that they couldn't stop it, and they were really mad. So I wonder if they made a way where you could turn it off. Probably not.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Ooh, I like this.
Was it over?
Yes.
They had
They
done,
had done it.
Stanley and the Bucket had defeated their greatest
This is so
and darkest
good.
enemy, freed themselves
This is
from the
almost better
tyrannical
than the
grip
first
of the
one.
evil
but
mind
just,
control
it's
machine.
a bucket. It's personified
Freedom was now
bucket. Is
mere
that
moments
the
away.
key to good storytelling?
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the
Personification
kind
of an
life they
inanimate
wanted
object.
to live once they stepped through this massive door. The Bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
These are all goals we can
Both of them
accomplish
wanted to
together,
begin
Jim
watching
Bucket.
a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they
Tenet.
envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
The hell?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped?
Uh-oh.
Was Stanley and the Bucket not about to be freed?
What happened?
An unbearable silence filled the
Oh,
room,
God.
lingering in
Stop. The
uncertainty,
narrator's so good.
until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the Bucket to leave.
No.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the Bucket, needed the soothing warmth
What?
of the Bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the Bucket.
Oh, is it 'cause the broom closet?
No. Stanley can't leave this place.
It's so dark, I
Not
can't
while
see.
he has such a precious Bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything
no.
to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the
At least I
Bucket.
have my bucket.
To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my Bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now,
Oh,
he was about to find out.
it's still going. Okay. Oh my gosh, that was so good. That was a good ending right there with the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone.
So I wonder what happens
What
if I
could it
don't
mean?
take the bucket.
Stanley decided
Still
to go
new
to the meeting
content.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The rope's gone. New content still here. 416, new content door is gone. I'm not gonna take my bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes. What? What? Oh. Whoa. Possible clue? Approximately here? Oh, don't do this to me. Just down in the meeting room. Oh, you guys. Trust the completionist instinct. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. Weird spinning figures. Why do they look like 427? Our quarterly success, magic while floating. More are sold together. How many are there? Can we sell them? Obviously. We don't know yet. Bonus stuff. What if we got? Fully 421 building a bridge. Saw one in cargo room. Maybe we are the collectibles. To whom it may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual to regular office audiences or local audio sources using radio cardioid microphones, also known as direction mic, a microphone which picks up sound from particular areas. Analysis. Anyone have leads on this? Wouldn't you like to know? Who took these pictures of them? There's more. Follow clues provided by employee 416. Red room? There will be a reward for fighting them all. Lies, stop kidding yourselves. I want them so much. Thank you, good luck. LOL. It's like 427, gotta click them all. Oh! Okay, the clues! Is this some kind of game? There must be a point to this. Okay, so there's the storage facility, which we go... Oh, I already messed that one up. So if I go back through, then... Okay, so it's red and blue. Stairs. I'm gonna do stairs. I don't know about the stairs, but I know where those two are. Stairs might be this stairs?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Did I? I knew it.
Okay, I'm going back to the name
Yes.
of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm
Stairs. I
torn
got
between
stairs. I know where the red and blue doors are,
Stanlerines
and then I have to go back
figures.
around to
What
get
do
to
you
the other
think, Stanley?
place, the storage
What
facility,
name
because it's
better
on the other side.
encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by one?
Look,
You
man,
sit on it.
there
I'm
has to
sure
be
it will
things.
come to me.
They wouldn't do this for no reason, right? Of course they would. Oop. I almost glitched through the staircase.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Oh, I remember this
He
one.
considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
This is
He
one of
might
the
have
endings, I
fined
think.
For that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
Maybe I am crazy.
He thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Exactly.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
Is this
And
different?
as Stanley pondered this, he began to
Nope,
make
this is
other
the same.
strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet?
Oh God, why
when he
can't I
looked
see my feet?
down?
I have no
Why did
feet.
doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they
Yeah.
simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Ah, it must be a
yelled.
dream.
This is all a
course.
dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun,
Whoa.
and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest
Stars
question
are
of
still
them
there.
all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head
Yeah.
dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd,
Wow.
and wondered if this voice
Everybody
spoke
following
to
that?
all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever
Oh,
been
no.
in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not
Must have
see him
been, right?
float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Yeah.
How else would the voice explain all that? This
Yeah.
voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
Indeed.
I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I wonder if anything's different with the bucket.
Stanley began screaming.
No.
Please, someone, wake
Oh,
me up.
no.
My name is Stanley. I
have
have
a
a
boss.
boss. I have an
I have
office.
an office.
I am
I'm
real.
real.
Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, man.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
What about the
very
collectibles?
important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Huh. Awesome. Let's check this recording time. How long have I been recording for? Yikes. I think this is a good time to stop here, everybody. It's the end of the episode, so thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, share, and all that fun shit. It really helps. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next episode. Later. Later.